If banks could make their own stablecoin, why would they choose Ripple instead? I wish I knew the answer to this question. Guys, I have everything you need to know in this movie. There will be a lot of people there. Follow me through the whole thing. You should pay attention to what I have to say. But first, I need to set the scene. This video is going to be very full. If this video helps you, please click like. This video could get 10,000 likes. I would really appreciate it if you could help me and be a part of that. Let's talk about the facts. Let's go. Let's begin here. The Ripple USD, which is also known as RLUSD, is a stablecoin that can be trusted and used to make real-time payments. It is also easy to switch between cash and stablecoin. I'm not going to read this whole thing. You must know what's going on here. Some information about stablecoin laws is being put out by the White House. One bill is going forward in the Senate and the other is moving forward in the House. There are two different bills here. The Genius Act is on the Senate side and the Stable Act is on the House side. They need to work together to choose which bill to move forward. This is because they will have to discuss and go through each bill, which will take a lot of time. This means that Senator Haggerty's stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, will likely get important floor time next month with President Trump's working group. About modern things, it was March. That's right, next month is April. Senate leaders are going to bring the bill up for debate. Crypto in America has learned that the bill sets up rules for how payment stablecoins can be used. Cryptocurrencies that are tied to the US dollar passed the Senate Banking Committee on March 13 by a vote of 18-6. So this came from a smaller group of people. They agreed with it. There are more people in the Senate who will see it. 100 lawmakers will vote on this. The bill will now go to the Senate floor where John Thune, who is the majority leader, is likely to discuss it. The bill can be put into law, though. Also, it has to pass in the House of Representatives. There, lawmakers will have to work out any gaps between the Genius Act and the Stable Act, the House's version. The Stable Act, which is backed by Reps French Hill and Brian Steele, will be discussed in the House Financial Services Committee tomorrow, April 2nd. The White House does, however, hope that the Senate version of the bill will be passed. Okay, so there's a lot going on. You can also find more details here. Let me go over this again. I'm sorry, when I recorded this movie, OBS didn't catch the screen. That made me feel really sad. To make sure you all understand, I have to redo this. This movie will probably come out 4 days after I have surgery, during which time I probably won't be able to do much. Stay in bed. I'm making something for that window, and this is what you will see. I hope all is well with you. I miss you all. I'll be back for you as soon as I can. Okay, this is from Chad Steingraber. Go after him, please. Says, that stablecoin will be paired back 1-to-1 with the US dollar that is sitting in a transparent reserve bank account. He also says to keep 1-to-1 reserves and let the people know what they are made of. So, Ripple's funds are checked every month when they go through the New York Department of Financial Services. The tough part is that the USDT has never been audited in that way. On the other hand, Ripple, RLUST, is reviewed every month, which is good, which banks will want because they want to work with Ripple. I'm about to show you why that is the case. Please wait a moment. Hey, this is Scott Bessett. This is the US Treasurer. He's going to talk about how important stablecoins are in this 7-second clip. Now you know why you should pay attention. We will keep the US dollar as the world's main reserve currency, and we will do this with safe coins. For those of you who have seen some of my other videos, you know that China is either the second or first biggest buyer of American debt on the bond market right now. Because of this, they are now the best-selling item. They need someone or something on the other side to buy the bonds that are being thrown out there. And if they don't have this other side where people buy the ones that are being sold, the bond market could fall apart completely. That will be a threat to national security. Okay, this is very important. I'm glad they know how important this is. This is a very important part of keeping America strong. Let's be honest about this. I'm from the United States. Half of the people who watch this station are from the United States. A lot of us care about this. Okay, in this minute clip, Brad Garlinghouse talks about safe coins like the RLSD. Now we'll get to the good stuff. What do you think the next big thing in safe coins could be now that the US is getting clearer? Anyway, I think we're not letting that get as big as it could. That market is worth about $230 billion now. There are smart people who think that number might go up in the next 5 years. That seems likely to be true. I think that both Tether and USDC, which are the two biggest players, will do well in that market. At the end of last year, Ripple released its own stablecoin. As of now, that's already ahead of what we thought would happen at this point in the year. Ripple stablecoin, RLUSD, wants to be one of the top 5 coins on the market by the end of the year. We're still pretty small, but that's the plan. I also believe the market as a whole will grow a lot this year. How do you get there? Who are you going to pair up with? Are you making some business deals with other people to help spread the word about RLUSD? Yes, for sure. I mean, more RLUSD listings went live on some global crypto markets just today. He just made a really interesting point that I think a lot of people are missing when he did it really quickly. Okay. A lot of trades are in the United States and Europe. USDT is at stake here. It's already illegal in Europe because of the MECA regulation, and it will soon be illegal in the US too, because they don't follow the rules set by federal, state, and local officials. They need to get rid of USDT if they don't want to be sued by the US government and lose their business. So you will need a new stablecoin that can be used with all of these other things. What does that help us with? That gives us the cash we need right away. You need to be able to buy and sell RLUSD and XRP if you want to move trillions of dollars every day. Try something new. When you see how that plays out, it takes a minute for that kind of pun to hit you. So we can see that happen right now. I'm really happy about that. As I already said, we're ahead of where we thought it would be in Q1. So we're really pleased with that item. They're ahead of what they thought they would do in the first quarter, right? Brad Garlinghouse said that RLUSD wants to be in the top 5 by the end of the year. Then, here, which American stablecoins are the most closely watched? It says USD Coin, Pax Dollar, and PayPal USD. I ask, are all of these stablecoins okay with the NYDFS? That's important. Bitcoin, the Paxo Dollar, the Binance USD, and the PayPal USD. Binance USD will not be used by them. Let's tell the truth. Binance has already done all of that. CZ was caught. Banks won't want to use that in their banking processes. I can promise you that. They won't use any information that someone has been caught for any kind of crime, right? Then I asked for the most regulated stablecoins, and you said they could only be those that were approved and governed by the New York Department of Financial Services. I'll ask it again, which safe coins in the United States are the most closely watched? This is what it says: Gemini Dollar, Pax Dollar, GMO Dollar, PayPal Dollar. I then asked, what about RLUSD? It's not good enough. In fact, it does say that. AI can be hit or miss sometimes, you know? It depends on where it gets its information. You should make sure you ask the right question if you want to find this stuff. Have some follow-up questions ready in case the answer you get doesn't tell you everything you need to know. I can say for sure that the New York Department of Financial Services regulates Ripple RLUSD. I was able to fix that, and it's right here. Okay. I also wanted to know more about the kinds of money banks keep. That's right, they have safe cash. In this group are bills and coins kept in bank vaults. It is owned by the bank and is used for daily activities and withdrawals. There's also the amount of reserves at central banks. Banks also keep reserves in the form of electronic amounts at central banks like the US Federal Reserve. These reserves are used to meet reserve standards and can also be used to do business between banks. Demand accounts are another choice. These are bank accounts that let people take out money whenever they want.